So my name is Guilherme. My spiritual name is Gagan Deva, and we're in Ananda Kalyani. So Ananda Kalyani is in Covilhã municipality, Cova da Beira region, in Portugal.
And for how many years are you involved with this project?
So this is my fourth year. So I've been for 4 years here. Actually starting my fifth year now.
And what's your role in this space?
So my role is more related to the ecology of this land. I'm responsible for regenerating the ecosystems around, and also and to do this work we established a environmental NGO called Ecoativo. So I am the main person managing all operations and all projects. We also access funding at the EU level for the Erasmus programs. We also get national funding, and we also get some grants from foundations. We are also wanting to get some support from companies, but that's going to take more time to develop. But for now, this is it.
Can you tell me a little bit about what happened here with the fires and how it's affecting the project?
Yeah. So let me think. When was it? Let's just check. Just to give like the exact day. So it was August. I came back on the 21st, so it was 17th. Yeah. Yeah, so on the 17th of August, we got so let me put it this again. So on the 17th of August, during the night, this land got invaded by the fires. The fire started a few days before then, probably around the 12th, 13th of August, in a place that is about 20 kilometers away from here. And this region gets fires every year. So when we heard about the fires that were 20 kilometers away, we all collectively thought that it's okay, it's 20 kilometers away, the wind is not blowing in our direction, they should contain it. Before coming here, it has to cross 2 villages, so there would be a big calamity. They will definitely stop it. This is what we thought. But as the days were progressing, the fire was getting larger and larger, more and more out of control. The fire department was completely overwhelmed, and the fire was moving progressively in our direction. But still we were thinking a bit naively, you could say, that maybe the wind is going to turn the other direction and it's not going to hit our land, or again we were thinking, no, the fire department is surely going to stop this. And again, because we, like for example last year we had fires that were like 10 kilometers away. So like I said, we're used to seeing fires around here. But on the 17th, the fire was already, we could see it around the hills, and it was moving very, very fast. It was a combination of many factors. It was high wind, really, really dry, and really, really hot. So the combination of all these factors and the strong wind in our direction, pushing the wind in our direction, made it so that in a very short time the fire was already in the land. Of course, before that we had to evacuate all the volunteers first to the nearby village, because we have several houses there that we rent, big houses. So we evacuated all the volunteers to this main house. And then from there, even there, this village was also getting fire fronts in all directions, and the worst problem was the smoke. So the smoke was very intense. So even in the village, they did not feel safe. So then they evacuated further into the city, the nearby city, Fundão, because we have another project there. We have Ananda Cafe. They have a house there, a room where we do practices, like a yoga room. So, and then all the volunteers stay there. But we were very fortunate, though, that we had a few members of the community that were very, very brave, and they actually came back here, and they spent the whole night fighting the fires. You could argue that it's a bit reckless because they were putting their lives at risk. They were really putting their lives at risk. But it is thanks to them that the main infrastructure of this project is still standing. If it weren't for these heroes in our community, we would have lost a lot more. That's for sure. Yeah.
And can you tell me a little bit, how did the fire affect this region ecologically?
Yeah.
This place in this region.
Mm-hmm. So the fires burned mainly the pine forest. So in terms of ecological value, the pine forest is it's really a desert. There's not much living underneath, like these abandoned pine forests that are really, really dense. In terms of ecosystem services, in terms of diversity, it's very low. So in that sense, it wasn't from that perspective, it wasn't that bad. Of course, there are the deers, the wild boar, and the foxes, and many other creatures that did live in these pine forests, and they're severely affected, for sure. But my main point here is that the pine forest, the monoculture of pine forest that is surrounding this region, is not a good example of a healthy forest. It's not what it should be. The native forest in the Iberian Peninsula is much more around the oak trees. We have many different types of oak trees, chestnut trees, and many others. We have many amazing flora, native flora, but that has been consistently sacrificed in the name of making easy money, because a pine grows relatively fast, and within 10 years, maybe a bit more, you can harvest it, and and you don't have to do anything. You don't have to put irrigation. You don't really have to tend it, although you should, to, like, at least remove the brush.
So what's the next few steps that you're going to take in the restoration of the land?
So the next steps for Ecoativo is to really work at the community level, and here I'm referencing the larger community, not just and then the Kalyani community, but the larger community, so all the neighboring lands. And the dream here is for us to formalize a association of landowners that then gets some financial support from the government to manage the land, to restore the native flora back into this land and remove the pine trees. We don't have to remove 100% of the pine trees, but definitely at the moment it's too much. We have too much pine forest. So that's the direction that I really aspire to go. Yeah.
And what do you think the role of projects and communities like this in restoring the bioregion, and how do you think they do it right now, and how do you think they don't do it?
Well, eco-villages, they're just in the name we have eco, so there are what we could call eco-conscious, so they are in general looking for ways to be in harmony with nature. So they're already striving to have a way of life that is not against nature, it's working with nature. There's no eco-village that is perfect. There is no eco-village that is, doing that doesn't do any harm to nature. It's well, at the moment, I would say a bit impossible with the structures that we have in place, because we always need to be connected to society, and we still depend a lot on society. So there's a lot of stuff that we get from society. But regardless, eco-villages are doing the steps in the right direction. And just the mindset is, from my point of view, fundamental. So it's this shift of mindset of being a partner with nature instead of working against nature or just seeing nature as something you can extract from. That is something that we can inspire others to adopt as well. And from these fires, I'm witnessing an awakening of the community spirit again. And that's another great thing about eco-villages or these intentional communities, is that we are relearning how to work together. And to go beyond the ego, to go beyond what is mine, what is yours, like everyone here in this project, like most of us don't have any stake in this land. I don't own any sort of percentage of this land, but I'm still devoting my life to this land. Because I love this land, I love this area. I don't need to have a piece of paper with my name that says, okay, this land is mine, therefore now I can take care of it.
What allows you to feel this trust?
It's this belief in something greater than you. And this can be as simple as the project. So the project is something that is more abstract, and it is bigger than all of us. So if we focus on developing that, okay, we're all working together to develop this concept that we call Ananda Kalyani, and we want to all together do the best that we can. If we work like this, the ego automatically gets diminished, because we are working for something that is greater than us. So it is easier for me in a discussion to be like, okay, I can drop my argument, I can concede to the majority or to whoever disagreement I'm having. I can concede, I can back down, because I know that that person also just wants the best for this project. I might not agree with him, I might not agree with the idea or the process, but I trust that that person also wants the best, so it's okay for me to back down.
Okay, thank you.